It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead. In this video, we're gonna be taking a look and revisiting a theory that I covered recently, which was the tiers theory. Now, if you have seen my other videos, you probably know the general topic, but there will be a difference because in this one, I'm gonna break it down a little bit more and make some more predictions as far as not only who I think may die, but also how they might end up getting killed as well. And obviously, for those of you that haven't watched my other video, stick around. We'll be right back to not only break down the theory again, but also take it further and make some predictions as far as where this story might be going based on this theory. So stay tuned. We'll be right back to break it all down. Alright, as always, before we get into this, if you're not a subscriber and enjoy the content by the end, consider subscribing to join our community, share and smash the like button and press the bell to be notified when we upload. We're actually on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so if you enjoy what you see and if you're not a subscriber, make sure to subscribe to help me get there. Last but not least, I recently did a video review of the Netflix original Army of the Dead. So if you want to check out my review of that film, click the link that's gonna drop on the top right to go check it out. With that out of the way, let's dive right into it. So of course, the basis of this theory is the Season 6 character portraits that they released earlier this season. If we take a look at the character portraits, the only 4 characters that had a tear in their eyes in those portraits were June, Dakota, Grace, and Sherry. And what's interesting is that in all of those cases, except Sherry's case, they had one of their significant other or loved one getting killed in the season. If we go in order, the first person that got it was, of course, Ginny, hence why Dakota, her daughter, has a tear in her eye. And then obviously next in line with June, she has a tear in her eye because she lost her significant other, her husband, John, in the second half of this season. And then of course the latest one, Grace, has a tear in her eye because she lost her unborn daughter, Athena. So there's definitely a trend. So the fact that Sherry has a tear in her eye is very, very significant. Now, the big question is, 1, who is Sherry going to lose? And second, how will that person die? Now, of course, Sherry herself is not gonna die because in the other cases, the person that had the tear in her eye didn't die. It was someone close to them that actually died. So Sherry is 100% safe. But who is she going to lose? If you think about it, there's only 2 characters that come to mind. One being, of course, Dwight. The other actually being, I would say, the lead of the outcast that Sherry is a part of now. His name is actually Rollie. So who will get it? Rollie or Dwight? On one hand, if they want to have Dwight get this death, then it would obviously be a huge deal and, it would explain the tiers theory to the T. However, looking at where Dwight's been and his character arc and all of that, it doesn't really make sense to kill him off at this point because his story could continue. Like, if they wanted to kill Dwight, why did they go through the trouble of having him cross over into Fear the Walking Dead and have Sherry cross over to Fear the Walking Dead as well? Was that all set up for having Dwight get killed after being reunited with Sherry? I think if they planned all of that all along, it's, I would say, a little cliche and a little too easy, if you ask me. So I'm hoping that they had something different in mind when it comes to Sherry and Dwight's storyline in Fear the Walking Dead. So I think that there's definitely a chance that Dwight might get it, but I think there's even a bigger chance that Rollie is gonna get that death. Some of you may actually ask, is Rollie really that much of a big character or a character that's connected to Sherry that way? Like, is Rollie really a close person to Sherry? for the tiers theory to really make sense. And to that I say, it might, depending on what they do with Sherry. And what I mean by that is, of course, we know that Sherry is very dedicated to this outcast group, even though she doesn't really have any dog in the fight. Like, she didn't have any vengeance or vendetta towards Ginny personally. All she had was this group that had a vendetta towards Ginny. So the fact that Sherry is this dedicated, even after seeing Dwight, who obviously has more connections to her, that leads me to think there might be something there as far as Sherry and Rollie's story. Like, I think there might be a big reveal that they were actually together before Dwight came back. So in that case, if they go that route, if they have Sherry and Rollie having had a romantic relationship before Dwight came back, then that would definitely explain why the tear would be in Sherry's eyes if Rollie ended up getting killed. Now, they might even do something and throw something else in there where Sherry is expecting and Rollie was the father, but he died before he could meet the baby. But that might be a little repetitive and it just might not work quite as well. Plus, it might make Sherry even more of a horrible character, more than they want her to be at this point. So, because of that, I'm leaning more towards them not going that route, but still, maybe a potential big reveal that they were together before Dwight came back, and that would explain why Sherry would be devastated if Rollie ends up getting killed. With all of that said though, how would they die? So, doesn't matter if it's Dwight or Rollie, how would they actually end up getting killed? Of course, we know that Season 6 of Fear is going towards Teddy and his group might be launching a nuclear missile. And obviously, if he is successful in doing that, then one of the big casualties from that massive destruction might be either Rollie or Dwight. And it might even end up being a situation where Sherry is safe and sound in a bunker and she's expecting all the survivors to return, but maybe not all of them make it back, and Sherry is hearing the destruction above ground with the survivors that were able to make it back, but either Dwight or Rollie not actually being able to make it back in time, the one that ends up getting killed as a result of this event. But that's pretty much everything that I wanted to go through in this video. I am interested to know everyone's thoughts and opinions though. What do you think is gonna happen? What do you think about the tiers theory? Do you think there's anything to it? Or do you think that we're just reaching here? And also, if you think there is something to the theory, who do you think will get it? Dwight or Rollie? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to join our community, and share and smash the like button and press the bell to be notified when we upload. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.